This program today is to connect our artists, our community, our city with the importance of the cultural values of the Harlem Renaissance and how it impacts our community and how it needs to be an ongoing annual event. We are honored to be here this evening to present one of our latest productions, Spigospera. Spigospera is a genre of spirituals, gospel, and opera. And introduce the music of Spigospera. A part of our show this evening is to acknowledge some supporters for our theater program, the Oscar Micheaux Family Theater Company, who have been performing non-stop annually the Harlem Renaissance Revisited with a gospel flavor production. We are here today to honor but throughout
one of the passages I asked for. So Irene OBannon and Tyree, Browne are going to do their part.
Mother, come children, come.
Your children are gone from here. They are not here, Mother Africa. Did you not hear the drums telling you about the slave ships loading our children bound in chains?
Gone, gone where?
The drums say they are on the dreaded slave ships and bound in chains.
Oh no, not the slave ship. Can I go and get them and bring them back home? What to do? What can I do?
No, there is nothing you can do.
Why?
They will be shackled like cattle and scattered from place to place, with many landed in the faraway places in a place called America. They will struggle to be free, and many will die.
Die, no!
But they will never forget their motherland and all the things that they have learned here about music and the spirits. And they will pass it on. They will get sitting for most of the time, but a time will come when they and their talent will explode like a volcano. They will enlighten the world, and the world will never be the same. It will be a renaissance of all people.
No! I will go to this place that you call America, and I will find my children, and I will bring them home. I need my children. I want to hear them sing and see them dance.
They will sing again and dance too, but not for many years to come.
Why?
They will be scattered like sand and be in different places. They will speak the languages of their and many in their homeland, Africa. But eventually, they will be reborn, and they will master all of their forgotten talents. They will return to their history and know each other as brothers and sisters of Africa.
I need my children. Will somebody please help me find my children? Somebody please help me. I want my children. Somebody please help me.
I'm Gaither, I'm the director here, and delighted to have you here for this afternoon. This is a new adventure that has been undertaken. I'm one piece of it here for now, and the Oscar Micheaux Family Theater, Crucifixion and his lead for the other, and the originator. So I'll ask Caleb if you'll be kind enough to join me here. Now, I want to just say a thing or two of Haywood before enlisting him and moving the program along. All right. Haywood is an activist on civic and cultural matters that build community and foster families. He pioneered a series of Harlem Renaissance with the Boston Flair presentations over the last several years and has played a leading role in promoting cultural discussion with a broad range of figures across the communities of Boston and Springfield, including among them figures such as Barbara Lewis of UMass Boston. Haywood is also the author of the Cuda series of books for young people. These are books that encourage reading and literacy, character development, and a sense of strong community participation. It is in the spirit of these values that we've undertaken today. We deeply appreciate your encouragement and your support in this endeavor. Now, we have some adjustments in the program, and I will note those in a moment. Let me say the other parts of the program include 2 honorary presentations, which will be made accompanied by the award of a plaque. There are also quite exciting musical passages to the program, and it will conclude with the announcement of the launching of a chair for the study of Middle Passage and the Harlem Renaissance. And to conclude the entire evening, there's cake and punch just outside. So we have all of those, well, just outside this room, not out in the cold, but we have all of those in the way. Now, let me say about the music. We have 2 important passages of music. The first, which will follow the first presentation to honor Calvin Hicks, will feature Candida Rose, who will be singing music from Cape Verdean tradition that honors that tradition and its contribution to our Commonwealth, to our global heritage. So we look forward to that. Further in the program, you'll be introduced to a totally new genre of music. It has been named Spigospera, and it's made up of spirituals, which is the first part, gospel, which is the second, and opera, which is the third. You will be the first audience to enjoy this new musical, so get yourself set for discovery. With that much said, I would like to move to the first honor, because the recipient has to keep a commitment that's not far in the future. The first honor is given to Calvin Hicks, who was Director of Community Collaborations and Program Development at the New Conservatory of Music, where he was also part of the faculty. He always supported the widest and richest opportunities for educational services and musical opportunities for the broadest audience possible. He was a powerful force behind many, many programs and projects that opened doors for diverse musicians, especially for Black musicians, and he was also a great agent in increasing knowledge of the great exponents of our musical tradition, figures such as Roland Hayes, Paul Robeson, and Thomas Dorsey. As the founder of the On God Committee for Freedom, he was in the vanguard of music that supported Black consciousness, progress, and progressive thinking. I'd like to ask Haywood to join. Now, I'll read what's on the plaque. Bound chained but never slaves, found freed by ongoing cultural enrichment through the family of Calvin Hicks, presented by the National Center of Afro-American Artists in collaboration with the Oscar Micheaux Theater Company, September 12, 2015.
So my name is Marjorie Hicks, and I'm Calvin's daughter. And he would ask me to speak a little bit mostly about his time at the conservatory. So, when my father retired from the New England Conservatory of Music, the late Mayor Menino came to the retirement celebration and declared February 15th as Calvin Hicks Day. Did you know that February 15th was Calvin Hicks Day? He named this day in honor of my father in recognition for all that he has done to promote and inspire music and the study of music in the city of Boston. One of the points that the mayor made was my father's support over the years for Project STEP. Project STEP has been around since the 1980s and is dedicated to diversifying the classical music scene and strings in particular programs for youth. Then there is the thousands upon thousands of dollars in scholarship funds given to adults and children making lessons available at the NAC that would have been completely out of reach without them. And the woodwind and brass program with instrumental lessons and theory classes at low to no cost. But it wasn't only about gaining the skills and techniques needed to play an instrument that was important to my father. It was the who, what, where, when, why, and how of the music that was important to him. He was on a mission to help people in history and the context in which the music, particularly Black American music, came. And so there was the Memory and Society Institute, which was held at the conservatory and other venues around the city, with themes like legacy of kidnapping, migrancy, placemaking, frontiers of memory, and fruits of exile, peopling the diaspora, frontiers of memory, and Eastern European Jewish musical folk tradition, peopling the diaspora, language, and literature. Calvin Hicks went beyond the surface. The Gospel was an annual concert that he took from a relatively small concert to a large event, and out of which grew the Gospel Institute. I believe the only such institute at a music conservatory in the country. Workshop titles included praising worship, writing gospel songs, gospel organ, music theory, music and spirituality within the African diaspora, the history of gospel and spirituals and spirituality. A quote from the Boston Herald article on the Institute was very clear, and this is my father speaking, it was very clear that no matter how much focus and point of view we tried to put on the concerts, we could never get to the underlying history and function and technique of gospel on a performance stage, hence the Institute. The content that's presented is somewhat educational, but certainly more spirit than entertainment. That's very crucial. It's not entertainment, it's an expression of a very deep aspect of culture. For many years, the New England Conservatory, this is a quote from the African Meeting House. For many years, the New England Conservatory of Music Museum has presented monthly concerts, for which we are eternally grateful to Calvin Hicks, who provided leadership, inspiration, and fabulous musicians.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that. And we would like to ask you for a copy of that so that we're on our website.
Sure, I'm taking it right now. And I will say, before I leave, that in honor of my father and in carrying on his work, I've established a scholarship for the study of music at the Cambridge Latin High School, where my brother and I graduated, and my daughter is a senior. So I'll just put in a little plug. If you want to donate, if that's okay, you can go on FOCRLS, Friends of CRLS, and click on the scholarship link, and you can donate right online. And the recipient of the scholarship can study music at any accredited music school in the city. Okay, Thank you.
Yes. And Miss Candida Rose.
Hello, everyone. Hello. So I just wanted to make a slight correction. I was actually invited to sing in honor of Mr. Cruz, who is very proud of his heritage and did a lot of work in the Gaither in the community throughout construction and just in his philosophy. So he is sort of representing Cape Verdean American experience in this song. So, my name is Candida Rose, and I'm very proud of the second generation Cape Verdean American. And the first song I want to share with you, and I don't know, do you need me to sing with the mic? All right. And if the music starts to overpower me, just let me know. So the first song is a song that I actually grew up with, going to Cape Verdean dances when I was very young. It's a song called So Sabi. So I want everybody to say, So Sabi. So Sabi. Good. One more time. So Sabi. So Sabi. Beautiful. Does everybody know what you just said? No. No. See, I mean anything. But I wouldn't do that. So Sabi means so good. So good. So Sabi. So Sabi. That's right. That's right. Okay, that's right. And this is one of those songs that growing up, no matter what we did, whether it was an outside barbecue, whatever, outside outing, or it was a dance, or whatever, a wedding, this is one of the songs. Am I right? Yes. Right? This is one of the songs that you will hear. And everybody, when you get to the chorus, So Sabi, right? So when I point to you, you're going to say, So Sabi. Okay? Okay. All right. And you're going to hear me say, Ben kun ben brincar, which means come so we can come and play. All right? So it's one of those, it's a very, and it's a coladera. Coladera is it's a dance. You know, cola is a type of a dance. So if you feel like getting up and doing a two-step, even in the hours, you can do that if you want. All right? Because that's what we do when we dance, right? Okay.
Ready?
present to you is it's an original song. It's off of a CD called Calvin Hicks, The Sum of Me, which Calvin Hicks is basically a catchphrase for Cape Verdean American. And the sum of me is basically that I put a little bit of all that I am into the CD because it's a little bit of spiritual, it's a little bit of Cape Verdean speaking Cape Verdean, singing Cape Verdean. It's a little bit of English, of course I'm speaking English. Put some jazz in there. I mix up some jazz with some Cape Verdean batuk. So it's a mixture of stuff, which is what we are, right? So I couldn't do just one thing. I had to do, we bring all of, and all of us, right? We bring all of who we are from the inside to everything that we do. That's what this place is all about. Bringing all of what we are, every piece of who we are that makes us the whole, right? So this song says, Kabu un dia, Cape Verde one day. Into Chiga Nabo, I will come to you. Into Spia Nabo, I will see. In Kriya Kuturukus di Bon Manipuração, I was raised with everything about you in my heart. Em criar o desejo com o diabo ia. I grew up with the desire to see him. So the song was written before I actually had the opportunity to go to Gaither. And this song speaks to a lot of us who are generation born here, second generation born here, third generation, and have not gone to our country of origin. And thankfully, because God always hears the prayers of his children, wants to see him go within the So I sing this, and I don't know, Mr. Cruz, if you had the opportunity to go to Cape Verde once. So absolutely, absolutely. And so, were there any other Cape Verdean Americans here, or if you're from any whether you're Jamaican American, whatever it is that you are, if you have not been to the country of your roots, make it a point to go at least once, because you're going to feel. So this is called Cabo Verde Music. Cabo Verde. E nesse ali na mão, criar tudo de bom no meu coração. E criar o desejo como o diabo vira. Quando chega na boca, dia, Cabo Verde. Okay, once again. Can I ask you to sing Cabo Verde? To sing Cabo Verde, all right? Cabo Verde, dia. Cabo Verde, dia. In the street and I go. Cabo Verde, dia. Cabo Verde, dia. In the street and I go. Cabo Verde, they both stand and Cabo Verde, they both stand and criando do amor de Deus, minha mão, criando de Deus, diabo. Aí eu tô, Cabo Verde. Cabo Verde, dia. Wherever country you over there. Cabo Verde, dia. In the Chicago. Cabo Verde, dia. Cabo Verde, dia. In the Chicago. Não, foi minha mãe. Já tava, foi minha pai. Se tiro na mar, ainda já concheu. Porque na Deus para vai também. Cabo Verde, dia. Cabo Verde, dia. Eu tinha na boca. Cabo Verde, dia. Cabo Verde, dia. In the school, my dad. Cabo Verde, dia. My roots, minha paixão, my love, minha sonho, my dream, oh, minha love, my soul, oh, Cabo Verde, oh, Cabo Verde, oh, Cabo Verde, Contigo, minha great man, Mr. John Verdi, please. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Wanda Josephs, and I am a member of Oscar Micheaux Family Theater Company proudly. This is probably maybe my fifth year being a part of Oscar Micheaux, and I am so honored to be here. And I'm going to introduce you to the history, a little bit of the history of Negro spirituals, where it all began for us. Negro spirituals are the religious folk songs created and first sung by enslaved African Americans. Enslaved. Not slaves in our world, but enslaved beyond our will. Many spirituals minimize issues of sadness and despair in favor of bold assertions of confidence, hope, and joy. The Negro spiritual is a combination of African and European musical elements with texts based on biblical characters, events, and the cost of the feelings of despair caused by bondage against the emotional triumph and hopefulness of freedom in this life or the next. The existence of deep faith combined with the process of singing within a community context was an important part of the enslaved African's ability to survive, and in many cases transcend the extreme emotional trauma of slavery. The power of spirituals as facilitators of emotional healing and resilience has continued to be treasured by people from a variety of cultural and ethnic backgrounds. Although originally created by enslaved Africans, these songs have now been offered as a gift to the world. People of African descent have been involved in classical music for centuries, from the composer Le Chevalier de Saint-Georges, born in the Caribbean to a slave mother and a French noble father in the 1700s, to Elizabeth Taylor Greenfield, known as the Black Swan, who gave a command performance at Buckingham Palace for Queen Victoria in 1854. However, onto the operatic stage was no easy feat for singers of African heritage. Bass baritone Tar Duncan, who in 1935 was personally chosen to sing the title role of Porgy in the opera Porgy and Bess by the composer George Gershwin, led the cast in protest during the Washington, D.C. scheduled performances because of the National Theater's policy of segregation. Duncan stated that he would never play in a theater which barred him from purchasing tickets to certain seats because of his race. Management gave in to the demands and allowed the first integrated performance at the National Theater. Duncan was also the first black performer to join the New York City Opera in 1905.
At this time, we'd like to present the spiritual portion of Spigospera, and we're going to open with Mr. Melvin and Cisco singing Stereo.
very much. I've been a proud member of the Harlem Renaissance for quite a while. So, I hope you all like this song. I'm going to do my best to sing it as well as I can. Still away, still away, still away to Jesus. Still away, still away home. I ain't got long to stay. Retreats of begging for center standard training. Trumpet sounds within my soul. I ain't got long to stay here. So let's steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away, steal away home. I ain't got long to stay.
An arrangement of spirituals. As we know, the spiritual is a folk song, but there were a number of composers who used the folk song, who arranged folk songs and gave them piano accompaniments, and in even some cases orchestral accompaniments. And I just want to make the point of saying a couple things about the spiritual as we know it. Again, as a folk song, there's a great composer named Antonin Dvorak, who's Czech, and he was very popular during what was called the nationalist period. People, composers in countries all over the world were searching into their heritage to find melodies to create music, to create great symphonies and even cantatas. And he was seen as an expert in this school of composition. And there were those in the United States, and there were those who were not happy with that answer. And therefore, well, not all Americans, but we did not participate very heavily in that school of composition at that time because of that particular answer, the idea that something that was considered of not much worth because of the people who produced it was considered later on some of the greatest music, some of the greatest ones that have been produced. I'm going to be singing an arrangement of the song Crucifixion. It was arranged by James Rosemond Johnson, who was brother to J. Weldon Johnson, and people hopefully are familiar with that name. And again, it does have an accompaniment. Unfortunately, our accompanist was not able to be with us.
Crucifixion.
to sing.
Can we give Wanda another hand, please? The rendition I'm going to do is by Robert. I told Jesus, be alright if he changed my name. Child, if he changed my name, oh, I told Jesus. He said the world, they won't know you, child, if I change your name. Yes, he told me, he said your mother, she won't know you, child. Child, if I change your name, but I told Jesus it would be alright. Be alright. Be alright. I told Jesus, be alright if he changed my name. He said your mother or your father won't know you, child, if I change your name. Yes, he told me, he said your brother or your sister won't know you, child. Child, if I change your name, oh, I told Jesus it would be alright. It would be alright. Be alright. I told Jesus, be alright. He changed my name. I know who you are, child, when I change your yeah, Sister Wanda, another round.
I just wanted to add a little something. When Wanda was at the mic earlier, she did mention some of the African Americans in opera. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about contralto Marian Anderson. She had a major singing career that lasted over 3 decades. She gave a successful performance with the New York Philharmonic on August 26, 1925, before a crowd of 7,000 people. However, in 1927, she left for Europe because, like many other African American artists, she saw Europe as a place of real freedom and culture where she could hone her craft. Anderson sang over 2,000 performances, including concerts for inaugurations of American presidents and before the crowned heads of Europe and Japan. Despite her many accomplishments, however, in 1936 and 1939, she was denied the opportunity to perform at the Daughters of the American Revolution Constitution Hall. Twice denied. A lot of people don't understand that. They think, oh, they didn't let her come and sing, and so the result of the other concert. No, she was twice. This led to her momentous concert on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, where 75,000 people were in attendance. And finally, in 1955, she made her Metropolitan Opera debut, becoming the first African-American singer to perform on its historic stage. At this point, we had wanted to present a song that was associated with her. It's not from an opera. It's by the composer Franscico, the Ave Maria, but people were very associated that song with her. But again, the devil is busy. Our accomplice wasn't able to be with us, and I had arranged for a track, and it was on my phone, and of course my phone stopped working. But moving forward, at this point, we're going to ask, because again, a lot of what she did started during the time of the Renaissance, when she started her career and then went to Europe. So we're going to ask Mr. Tyree Browne to come forward and present us a poem by Langston Hughes.
Mr. Browne.
The roaring 20s, lynchings took place, Jim Crow started. Us African Americans ran the north, and a lot of us ran down to France. So I'm gonna do a scene, and I'll play the Harlem Renaissance Revisited with a gospel flavor, where I'm playing Langston Hughes, and I'm deciding on leaving the United States to go to France. Now, I know I'm on a journey, and I haven't reached my destination. I've got some more traveling to do. America, you have no democracy, especially for a black man like me, Langston Hughes. We could go over there and fight in your wars, but we can't come back here to vote. Instead, we get lynched because the whites down there are afraid of us. Well, America, this is what I, Langston Hughes, think about your different. I do not need freedom when I'm dead. I can't live off of tomorrow's bread. Freedom is a strong seed, planted in a great need. I live here too. I want freedom, just as you.
My name is Rayshawna, and in the Harlem Renaissance play, I played Zora, Neale, Hurston. And a lot of people don't know about Zora. She was a great anthropologist, she was a great folklorist, she was a great writer, and she was wise beyond her years. Really excited that I get to play her, because she wouldn't be defined by opinions of others, and if you couldn't get with her, that was your problem. She just did Zora, Neale, Hurston all the way. So I found one of her essays, actually. I wasn't going to do a part of the play, because I really want you guys to understand who she is. And so I picked an essay, How It Feels to Be Colored Me. And I just wanted to share part of that. Zora's essay. So, I am not tragically colored. There is no great sorrow dammed up in my soul, nor lurking behind my eyes. I do not mind at all. I do not belong to the sobbing school of Negrohood, who hold that nature somehow has given them a low-down, dirty deed, and whose feelings are all about, but about it. Even in the helter-skelter skirmish that is my life, I have seen that the world is to the strong, regardless of a little pigmentation, more or less. No, I do not weep at the world. I am too busy sharpening my oyster knife. Someone is always at my elbow, reminding me that I am the grand flying start and I must not halt in the stretch to look behind and weep. Slavery is the price I paid for civilization, and the choice was not with me. It is a bully adventure and worth all that I have paid for my ancestors for. I'm sorry. No one on earth ever had a greater chance for glory. The world to be won and nothing to be lost. It is thrilling to think to
Based subjects with hope and rhythmic influences. As a musical genre, it has the defining attributes of the call and response format. Abundant possibility for improvisation with strong rhythms and close harmonies. Gospel music is composed and performed for many purposes. However, the most common themes of gospel music are salvation through belief in Jesus Christ, praise, worship, and thanks to God. I just want to highlight a few of the great names in gospel music. Thomas Andrew Dorsey, known as the father of modern gospel music, composed over 3,000 songs. In the 1930s, he systematized traditional gospel, sometimes referred to black or urban gospel. This generally features a large church choir, often fronted by one or more soloists. Accompanying instruments frequently include piano, electronic organ, guitar, drums, guitar, and tambourines. The Reverend Dr. James Edward Cleveland, known as the king of gospel music, was heavily influenced by his choir director, Thomas Dorsey. Reverend Cleveland was a driving force in the creation of the modern gospel sound, incorporating traditional black gospel with soul, jazz, and pop in arrangements for mass choirs. He established the Gospel Music Workshop of America in 1969 to help preserve the gospel tradition and to feature talent. The GMWA has grown to include more than 500,000 members in almost every state in the Union. Contemporary gospel, pioneered in the 1970s and 80s, is a more polished version of traditional gospel, drawing influences from modern R&B, jazz, blues, and even hip-hop. It is also characterized by dominant vocals, usually performed by a soloist. During the 70s, hit songs like Andre Crouch's Take Me Back and Edwin Hawkins' Oh Happy Day were important milestones in the development of urban contemporary gospel music. Andre Crouch is also called the godfather of contemporary gospel. Representative contemporary gospel artists include names that you're very familiar with: Tremaine Hawkins, Walter Hawkins, Richard Smallwood, Vicki Winans, Diane McClurkin, the Clark sisters, Yolanda Adams, and Kirk, and many, many more. We'd like to start this portion of our piece with Mr. Franscico coming before us again to sing the iconic Precious Lord.
As you might know, they said it's written by Thomas A. Dorsey. He wrote the song because he married at a young age, and his wife was his morning sun and everything to him in his life. So she got pregnant, and when she had her baby, his baby son died in childbirth. So he was playing a jazz concert up in New York. So when he got finished, the only place we could stay in New York at that time was the Teresa Hotel. I had the opportunity to be there myself when I was in the Army. But anyway, so about 3 o'clock in the morning, he couldn't sleep. So he got out a pencil and a piece of paper, and he wrote this song. I heard him personally say that this song took him all over the world. So I hope you like this rendition. My Alzheimer's been kicking me. Precious Lord, won't you take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. I'm so tired, I am weak, I am worn through the storm, through the night.
Right now.
Take my hand to that light. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me home. I said, when my way gets dark and dreary, precious Lord, linger near. And when my life is almost gone, hear my call, hear my cry, guide my feet, bless my fall, take my hand.
Let's have another round for. I'd like to introduce the contemporary side of gospel, and we're introducing to some. Hopefully, it's not. If you don't know her name, you will know her name very soon. She's someone that's been on the gospel scene for a while. Miss Marsha Lee Ellis Kelly.
Come on, praise the Lord, everybody. I'm so glad to be here today. Thank you so much. I'm going to say a word for inviting me to be here. And I just want to say how much of an inspiration you have been to me. And I'm sure also to the young people just around here. When God has put a dream in your heart, I'm glad to see you keep the course. Amen. I'm glad to see you keep the course. That's what you have to do. You got to keep the course. And I'm going to sing a little song that the Lord gave me. It's called God's Favor. And I want you to know that you're God's favorite. Turn to somebody and say, I'm God's favorite. Yeah, I'm God's favorite. And you know what? You're His child. Yes, you are His favorite. Amen. And yes, you have God's favor because it's. Yes. And I don't want you to forget that. And so for the young people in this house today, I just want you to know you're going to succeed. Just as Mr. Hayward has succeeded and has even more succession to go. You will succeed. Yeah. You will succeed in God's perfect time. Yeah. Some of us little song God send it to His favorites. Okay? All right. ways that we. And I can get my shower, wave my back to go away. But it might be okay when the preacher says to me, you got God's favor upon your life. He said, "Look for you succeed against you." And now you got God's favor upon your life. You succeed, you better believe in God's favor. My brother, my sister, if it's your season, rise up and make most of the time. Now reach the moment. Don't sleep or slumber. The impossible is a trouble. Your side, so I'm gonna move and you say, and I'm gonna do what you do, and I'm gonna go where you say go, because never leave my side. Go ahead and conquer. You got God's favor. Oh, you'll meet some struggles along the way. Oh, you'll be okay. You got God's favor upon your life. He said no weapon formed succeed. You're right. You got God's favor upon your life. Oh, you succeed. You better believe it's God's favor. Say, I've got God's favor. I've got God's favor. I've got God's favor. I've got God's favor. You got God's favor. You